Don't blink, you should blink. Welcome to the last video of the day. Oh, what a day, guys! What a day. And today is a kind of a good news and a bad news. So the last video of the day is a new game alert. I like to show the game when I talk about that, but it's not a game that I have. It's a digital copy that I owned. So first of all, let's get the negative out of the way. That way we can take advantage of the positive. That was quick. I'm going to say it again. Let's talk about the negative, that way it's done and we can talk about the positive. I'm starting a new game. This doesn't mean that I'm giving up on Final Fantasy 12. This doesn't mean that I'm giving up on Devil May Cry 3. That doesn't mean that I'm giving up on Tiny Tina. So, why are we starting a new playthrough? Lately, life has been going on. Okay? So, we got this new phone. I got this because it was Prime Day. Tomorrow, I might be buying a new phone. Why? Because one of the stores is closing and it's having a great deal. There's a phone I'm gonna buy it because I might get 40% off and 50% off, so I can get a really good phone which can give you quality content for cheap, which is the goal, right? Because if you can do something great without breaking the bank, it's great. If you can do something great but you have to break the bank, sometimes you have to break the bank, but if you can avoid it, you can avoid it. So also, what does that mean? Well, we had a bit of playing this game, The Tower, which is my favorite game, my favorite mobile game. I'm addicted. I love this freaking game. However, it's very time consuming. I'm uploading a shit ton per every single day. It is super tough, and we have trouble keeping up sometimes. I'm gonna be honest, okay? So one of the bigger problem that I have is my storage is always full. If it's not this phone, it's this other phone. If it's not this other phone, it's this other phone. If it's not the first phone, it's a fourth phone. So it's complex. And because those two playthroughs are, the two playthroughs are dying often. So now you know what you're saying. Why are you talking about another game? Why are you talking about giving up on a game because you want to play another game, and then talk about how you're playing that game for other games? These are background. You can see, look, you have all of these, and I don't need to press them. The only thing that I need to press is this one and this one, which is this one. Sorry, I didn't show you. And if I buy a phone tomorrow, then I'm gonna have to do it again. So we're looking for a game that is less interactive. Now, I have been, I don't know why, my algorithm is full of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, which is seriously a good game. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, I'm so sorry. Diamond. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So, not only are we dealing with and I'm sorry if I sound complaining, just a lot. I also shouldn't do this video when I'm tired like that, because I'm more positive in the morning, I swear to God. So the goal is, because again, I was playing Fortnite yesterday. I was having problem because I kept on dying, or I kept on having warning. Hey, this phone is full, and my issue isn't that the phone is full. I don't mind. My issue isn't that we're having problem. I don't mind. It happens. My issue is the simple fact that it's a lot, and I cannot do even if a Fortnite match, which is anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on how quick you die. I can't do it without, I died here. Hey, I have to pay attention to this. So, I was looking for something that's a bit more chill. I said, okay, what's more chill? RPG are usually chill. Really chill. Okay, what RPG can I play? And then, like I said, in my algorithm, so the truth is what? The truth is, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. Super simple. Honesty is the best policy. And I'm going to be able to give a shout out to a person that deserves it, in my opinion. In my opinion, this person deserves it. In my opinion, this person is fantastic. And in my opinion, you know what? This person is worth it. So this person is Rascal. There you go. Rascal. Super
Roxas and Xion are not like the same person. Roxas is the nope.
Super interesting guy. Has W takes. Is very invested in the lore. See, I can't even pay it. I can't even stop looking because I'm afraid I'm gonna die. Stupid. I have to end playthroughs, so that's my fault. I understand that. Yeah, this guy. This guy talks a lot about Final Fantasy. So I was watching him yesterday, and I ended up having a shit ton of video for Brave Exvius. Realize Brave Exvius, which is a mobile game. Realize that Brave Exvius did not no longer exist, but it gave me the one for Final Fantasy. Now with Final Fantasy, I'm already playing the 12. 12 is too interactive still, so I really need a turn per turn. So when I'm playing. When I'm not playing. When I'm getting hit, I get to do what I need to do, which is again like a drug addict, but still. I don't like calling myself that, but that's what it feels like, and that's possibly what I look like. So, yeah, gotta observe the truth where it is, right? So, now I am extremely thankful because I bought the Pixel remaster about a year ago. We did the first game. Second game, what happened? Second game, I fell into depression. Yeah. So I couldn't finish that game. The second game in itself, I'm stuck because I was pretty far. I was more than halfway through the game. So I'm like, okay, well, I know the main plot. I know most of everything. So am I ever going to play the game? Yes. Is it going to be this year? Is it going to be next year? No. Yeah, we're going to do... The plan is to play them in like 5 or 6 years, 6, 7 years, and to do challenges. For example, with the first one, to do only one class, only one character, right? That'll be the goal. But then, if I'm not playing the second Pixel Remaster, I'm going to play the third one. The third game is a game that's very important to me. When I say very important, it is so meaningful. You guys have no clue. So I'm going to tell you the story of the third one, and I'm going to say how excited I'm to play. I'm going to say what we're going to do with the playthrough, right? So we're coming back about, I want to say 15 years, right? So 15 years ago, I got my first phone, which is a pretty decent phone. Gotta say, pretty decent, right? And then wait, that's not correct. There has to be wait a second. FF3. FF3 DS. It was released when? Give me a sec. Okay, DS. Release date. You're not gonna tell me the dates. I have to go on Wikipedia. Okay, I understand. It was released. They're telling me. This is the non. Yeah, no wonder. DS release date. Um, July 28th. No. See, this is so dumb. You tell me everything that I want, but what I need. Okay, so it's 2006. Okay, cool. So Final Fantasy 3, which is amazing, right? So, my mom used to buy me a lot of games. One game that she bought me was Final Fantasy 4. Problem Final Fantasy 4 was I didn't speak English, right? My mom, bless her heart, was a bit too trusting. So in 2026 or 2027, 2020, 2006, 2007, I don't remember. She buys me a DS, Nintendo DS. And guess what is I'm not even joking. What was the first game that I have on it? Final Fantasy 3. I swear to God, that was the first game that I ever got. Like, oh my God, this is so cool. I like the graphic. I really enjoyed it, right? However, I wasn't allowed to take the DS with me because my father was gonna confiscate it. I was like, okay, well, fuck that, right? So here's what happened, right? My mom would check the DS that I didn't take it, but she wouldn't check the Game Boy Advance. And I took the Game Boy Advance. I could play. I'm gonna be honest. I only had Final Fantasy 4. I think I have Dawn of Soul, but I didn't like Dawn of Soul. But also for me was a bit of a weaker game. Don't ask me why. That's just the way I felt, right? Final Fantasy 3 was a bit of a mess because when I got it in 2006, I was 13 years old. Didn't speak English, so yeah, I was raised in French. So start years later, I'm not allowed to take my DS. But what I'm able to do is what my Game Boy Advance, and I start I start really getting into the fort. The fort was my favorite, and I gotta say, and I'm sorry to say, one of the better games that I ever played was Final Fantasy IV on DS. You had special skills. For example, you could teach a character counterattack by reaching a certain point in the story. And if you were smart, what you would do is you would put on Yang, because Yang could hit everybody. It was crazy. So Final Fantasy 3, come back to this. It was a weird game for me because it was a game that I played on a DS and I didn't know how to play. I didn't know it was one of my first Final Fantasy experience that I really gave myself into. It just felt like a great game, but also it felt very tedious, very nuts. And speaking of Final Fantasy, this was the first game that I played of Final Fantasy that had good graphics, which is technically not true because I played Kingdom Hearts, which had great graphics on PS2. So moving forward, I played the third one. Years later, I'm on emulators. I played the third one because I'm like, you didn't play that game that much. My problem with the third is I did prefer the fourth one. However, the third itself has so many great things. So many great things. For example, in the third, what is super cool. And the fourth did the same thing though. In the third, you realize that there's two sets of crystal, right? And then there's a part of the third where you meet four brothers and they're kind of cuckoo, they're kind of weird. Like, okay, well, these guys are weird. These guys are odd. Then you realize that no, they're not odd. You realize at the end of the game, if you do a specific dungeon, so the end of the game, the final boss is True Darkness, something Darkness, Queen of Darkness. I don't remember. It's been too long. And you realize that if you do a couple of bosses more, what happened? The four warrior of darkness. It's four warrior of light, four warrior of darkness. So Zond steal all the crystal, which is the bad guy. Zond is the bad guy, but then Zond is like goal base, so you know. And he steal the crystal, and then they're telling you like, well, there's still a chance. There's the dark crystal. Oh, you're right. There is. Okay. So then you meet. There was four warrior of light, there's four warrior of darkness, which is Kingdom Hearts. And if you can help them, and when you do, they go and hit the final boss. Final boss is a pain in the ass. I never beat it. Why? Because you need to get the ribbons, and I never bothered to check where the ribbons were. So I had two. For that, two character was surviving. What's my favorite part of Final Fantasy 3? The end. Why? There's a dungeon. I don't remember the name of the cave, but you basically have ultimate weapons. So you basically have Basamune. You have every single weapon for every single class. Final Fantasy 3 also you could dual wield weapon, which was super cool. Because I was like, okay, well, why wear this? There was also my first experience with classes, and again, I was a kid. I didn't understand English, so I did the class that I liked the most. My only problem is there is some fight, for example, the Gyarados fight, where you have to be a dragoon. So I kind of despise that because you're like, dude, let me be the class I want to be. Also, DS Remake didn't have Onion Knights, and I heard they're super cool to play, so I am definitely going to be using Onion Knights. And yes, I'm super excited to play this. So why is the third one so exciting? The fourth one is my favorite game. Oh my god, the fourth one is my favorite Final Fantasy game. However, I have to say 15, if it was better put at the end, with my favorite game. Fourth overall is my favorite because it's finished. The third one is a great game that I feel like I should have played more. So I played to the first couple of stages multiple times. Yeah. But I finished the game only once. Yeah. So I feel like playing this. Now, the good news with Final Fantasy 3 is what? The good news with Final Fantasy 3 is I can do speed up, I can do auto battle, so I will be able to build playthroughs to a degree where I don't have to worry about shit. Now, also the goal is what? The goal is if I'm lucky, and only if I'm lucky, I'll get to completely empty the phone, or as close as I can of emptying the phone as possible. That would also be important. There's a place we're going tomorrow. There's a lot of Wi-Fi. I don't know how good it is, but we're gonna test it tomorrow. And yes, so the goal is to play the third, see how far we can get, then to play the fourth, my favorite game. And then take a break. Fifth was good, but it's not my favorite. Why? The fourth was very dark. The fifth one was very light, very comedic. So I'm like, I don't know what I prefer, you know. But if I have to play a game, I want to get the emotion. So I'm excited for the third. We're gonna start it tomorrow. We're not giving up on any playthroughs, but I have to be honest. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.